CBC Boxing. Now, a few days ago, I was going through some boxing news and I saw a couple videos on people saying that Deontay Wilder is apparently depressed, obviously because of the defeat against Tyson Fury back in Feb, and the man in the defeat. Let's not get it twisted. The guy got mashed up. He got boxed up, man. Let's not get it twisted. But as we all know, Wilder hasn't really been himself since the defeat. Wilder, he's got a bit of a flamboyant personality. He's quite a bit of a character in the boxing scene, with his alter ego being the Bronze Bomber. And I haven't seen many interviews from him from BT, ESPN, the Zone. I don't think he's contractually obligated to the Zone anyway, but other sporting platforms. I haven't heard much from him. The only person I've heard from is his brother Marcelo, and that's when he was putting up those excuses about the gloves being tampered with, and then the fact that he has a fracture on his skull, which a doctor signed off or something like that. I've heard a couple other rumours that the whole case that his costume was too heavy. His costume was too heavy, so that had an impact on his defeat. All this excuses, man. It's not even nice to hear on the Wilder, because that's not how Wilder, to me, carries himself. Wilder's a straight gully guy. Like he comes out, he's there, he's ready to box, to inflict pain on you, and that's it. And if you lose, he seems like the kind of person that would just take it on the chin. Like, alright, he got me this time. I'm gonna get him back. I'm gonna do these excuses. But as I'm doing more research into him, I guess he was so infatuated with his power and so obsessed with his own strength that he just couldn't, fathom the thought that Wilder himself was punching Fury with giving his best shots, and he wasn't going down. And I've heard Wilder say a little stuff about Fury, that in the first fight when he went down, some voodoo helped him back up, whatever. I don't know about all that anyway, but as I'm doing more research into Wilder, he's actually a pretty nice guy outside the ring. He's a family man. He says that he keeps his life very private. Makes people sign NDAs. He had a bit of a difficult upbringing, having 3 jobs, on the come up, man. As he's trying to just make a name for himself, he's on the come up. He has 3 jobs, just trying to make ends meet. At 19, he had his first child who had a disability. He says that he had a bit of trouble in school. Didn't wear the best clothes. So that's the reason why he is what he is today. And a lot of, he's not the only person that can relate to that anyway, like the whole struggle, and then, using that to motivate you to do better. But one thing that I noticed is which I didn't even know, is that the fact that he contemplated suicide when he was 19. He said it on an interview with BT Sport, and this was because of, well, not because of, but it was an influence from his daughter, that I guess he didn't think that he would be able to, support her to the manner that he wanted to, so he contemplated suicide. So salute to him, man. He's doing his thing. But I seriously hope that the guy is in training, man. I hope he's just keeping low key. Sometimes they say silence is golden, because you don't know what someone is planning, And in this situation here, I seriously hope that he is in intense, deep training the mind. Because obviously, listen, his record was like, what, 40 fights, 39 knockouts, something ridiculous, a crazy knockout ratio. And then obviously to get battered like that, it's going to be hard to take. He's not going to come to terms with it. So when people are trying to say, he's depressed, I hear what you're saying, but you need to look at the other side. What if the guy is just in training and he's just staying focused, ready for that rematch? This guy was the ex WBC world champion, man. These boxers have a different mindset, I'm telling you. I seriously hope he's looking to come back soon, because, I think other promoters are trying to get hold of Wilder's promoters, and they're trying to obviously arrange the 3rd fight, and they're talking about, doing Fury, Joshua, and all this nonsense. But yeah, man, Wilder's been a bit, he's been a bit DL, but I hope that he's just training, man, because that's what we need. That's what he needs. He needs to get them belts back. And those guys in the US, they don't want the UK fighters holding all the belts. I'm telling you that for sure. The US want that belt back. So yeah, man, salute to Wilder. Hopefully he's on his way back, man, and he beats Fury. But that's gonna be a difficult task because Fury technically won 2 fights. Obviously, the first one was a draw, but if you watch the fight, like, you know, we all know what happened there. But that's just my take on it. CBC, I'm out.